All right, guys, well, it's getting real. Arch back there somewhere. Stayed in the lodge last night. Beautiful morning. 60, gonna be 70. See what this approach trail is all about. Well, let's see how good of a job these stairs do at kicking my ass. Made it up here to the falls. Beautiful. Getting misted on. Maybe I'm getting christened by some trail gods. Not sure. Hoping for the best. Well, made it up to the top of the falls. Absolutely beautiful. Well, about 2 miles in on the approach trail right now. It's warm. Sun's coming out somewhere. A little bit of fog off to the left that's going to hopefully be lifting here a little bit for some views. Feeling good. Great day. Not really overwhelmed by feelings just yet, but once I summit Springer, I know I'm going to need a minute. In other news, this section of the trail is brought to you by Welch's Fruit Snacks and Honey Buns. Well, guys, made it to the summit of Springer. It's been an awesome day so far. There have been some nice views throughout. A lot of tree cover though, but have a nice view to look at now. Was not expecting bugs to be an issue. I don't know if you guys can see them flying around my face right now, but this is pretty surreal. Having dreamed of this for 10, 12 years, and to be out here and, well, there's my first white blaze. I guess these are my first steps on the AT. So, first morning on trail. It was a good night. It didn't really get cold. It maybe dropped down into the 50s, but super pleasant. The sunrise is awesome right now. Gonna grab my food bag and get some breakfast going. Gonna hop on the trail today. The approach trail was beautiful yesterday. I had a good time. And today we're gonna try and bust some miles out before we get some lunchtime, afternoon rain going into the evening. So we'll see how the day goes. What is up, everyone? Hitting the trail today. First real day on trail yesterday, being the approach trail. So I did a 0.2 on the actual AT itself yesterday. So we're gonna maybe shoot for 12 or 15, something like that today. We'll just kind of see what happens when this rain rolls in. And feeling great. Slept well last night. Good breakfast this morning. Some oatmeal, apricots, walnuts. So, ready to keep rolling. There really just aren't words for how incredible it feels to be out here. Well, I guess there are words. There might be too many of them for me to successfully articulate them at the moment, but I'll be working on it. It just feels great. Since we left the Springer campground at about, I don't know, we're probably 2-3 miles at this point, and it's just been all downhill, smooth sailing, beautiful, plenty of water, plenty of rhododendron. It's clear for right now. It's warming up. It's gonna be a good day. Goodness. Wound up with a little bit of a view. Climbing, some more climbing. Nothing too crazy, but at about a mile 11, I believe, out of the 15 we're shooting for today. But it's beautiful. Sun keeps popping in and out from behind the clouds. Have a nice little breeze. Have a couple of pretty nice views. But yeah, one step after another. This climb up out of Horse Gap was absolutely incredible. The trail was awesome. Temperature dropped probably about 10 degrees as some clouds rolled in. Some good views. Took a little break on the way. Headed on, I guess, down the backside. Whatever mountain it was we came across. I'm sorry, I don't know at the moment. Head towards camp. I think we have about probably 3 and some change left.
Just got into my tent for the night. Had an awesome second day, 14.1 miles. We stopped. We're staying at Justice Creek tonight. Pretty awesome little tent site next to the stream, or the creek rather. It's starting to rain a little bit right now, but had a good dinner. Looking forward to a good day tomorrow.
Well, good morning, everyone. Stayed at Justice Creek last night. Good night. A little bit of rain rolled in, but nothing too crazy. Stayed dry. Last little shower rolled through at about 6:30 this morning. Got up after that, had some breakfast, and took down camp. I think we're gonna back off a little bit today, go for about a 10 miler. We could push to Neal Gap for about 17, but none of us slept very well last night. See what we can do today. Maybe take a nap, get to camp early, chill, figure out plans for the next few days. See, maybe planning a 0 on day 5 or something like that. But sky's blue. Looks like it's gonna be a beautiful day. Hopefully that rain got out of here last night, and this morning we'll be looking forward to some happy hiking. So even though last night was a little wet, it's always kind of a pain in the ass to wake up and have to take down camp when everything's wet and nasty. But it was such a perfect morning. Hiking into the sunrise right now, but cooking breakfast via headlamp. Watching first light come in. Filtering water. It's just something about this whole thing just feels so perfect. Hiking into the sunrise this morning as I go through a little bit of a green tunnel here. I'm going to dodge some of these branches. Shit. You never know what this trail is going to give you. From one turn to the next, one gap to the next, one summit to the next. It's just ever changing, constantly engaging.
Is that where your friend is from as well? Or she's from Australia? Okay. Cool.
Just had some awesome trail magic. You can kind of see them through the trees from Benchmark Adventure Ministries. These guys were awesome. Had probably the appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Probably had the best apple I've ever had in my life. Snickers. Then they came out with some sort of a beautiful egg concoction with ham and peppers and whatnot. So great morning. Let us get rid of some of our trash. We got some water, so I didn't have to filter water right now. Just a great way to start the day. Cool people. Hung out with a former thru hiker there, Touch Up, and some current thru hikers that kind of caught up to, Lauren and Scott from Australia. So yeah, trail magic, first trail magic was awesome.
In the back of a hitch and never got him back.
That's stupid.
Virus scare.
I almost don't even want to mention how perfect the weather has been for this trip so far. I mean, every day in the 60 to 70 range, aside from some kind of misty fog that was rolling through yesterday morning and the rain last night. It's just been absolutely beautiful. The sun's been out. I actually am going to get some sunscreen at mountain crossings tomorrow because I'm definitely kind of starting to get a few pink spots on me. But it's been great. Cool breeze right now in the afternoon. Headed on pretty much the downhill run from here till we get to camp. Gonna set up early and just take it easy. We'll probably be set up by 4 and just have some hours to eat, stretch, roll everything out. A little bit of downtime for processing, I suppose. So after saying we were gonna stop at Lance Creek and take it easy, of course we decided to push on a little bit more. Lance Creek was also full, so that didn't work out too well. But at some undisclosed, unmarked tent site, we are going to have an awesome view, awesome sunrise in the morning. This is absolutely sick. We're going to be hitting Neil Gap tomorrow, and then trying to figure out from there whether we're gonna stay put with a shorter day or push a little further out. Gonna see about potential resupply. I'm gonna enjoy getting camp set up. It's time for some food. Good morning, everyone. Good light last night. Felt great to get to camp a little early. I think it was around 4:30 or 5. Yeah, around 4:30 we got to camp. Got set up. We had a few hours to just hang out and talk and process everything we've been through and dream of where we're going. Beautiful morning right now, hitting the trail. Sun's just coming up. Let's see if we can get this thing to focus back on here. Not very well, but regardless, it's a beautiful morning. Got a little chilly, probably down around 40 last night or so. A little windy. Not really gonna hike in this puffy. We just got on trail and just trying to make it to the next water source. I'll adjust some layers at that point, but yeah, looking like a beautiful day. Gonna tackle Blood Mountain today, going into Neil Gap. I technically do have food for another couple days. Probably have enough to get me to Hiawassee if that's what I want to do, but we'll see. I'll further reevaluate everything once we get on out Neil Gap way. I think my dad and my stepmom are gonna be meeting me in Neil Gap as well, so that'll be awesome, and looking forward to a cool day. Blood Mountain right now. Grab some water at the bottom, Slaughter Creek. A little spring ran across the trail. Grab some water and powering on up. Beautiful climb. Ooh, looks like it's going to be clear enough to have some good views from the top, and I'm looking forward to checking out this old shelter too. Well guys, we are coming up on Blood Mountain Shelter. Chattahoochee National Forest. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the descent off of Blood Mountain. The rest of the tramley making their way down. So if anyone's curious, this descent down Blood Mountain still pretty gnarly. Enjoying it though. This is awesome. At this point, I can comfortably say that the ascent and descent of Blood Mountain, those have been my favorite parts of the trail thus far. I'm honestly still kind of in awe right now of this descent down Blood Mountain into Neal Gap. Still going. It's not nearly as technical right now. It's leveled out a little bit more, just kind of some rolling switchbacks and whatnot, but it's just all the rock formations, all the people that are out there just enjoying their time in nature, their families. You have thru hikers, you have former thru hikers, you have section hikers. It's days like today and moments like these when you realize I'm really doing this.
Feels so amazing.
Whoop whoop! So on my way out of Neal Gap, had a great time. Dad and stepmom showed up. Kelly and Ladybug were there, so we got to hang out with a couple of other thru hikers, along with our current tramley of 3. Couldn't tell you how many pieces of pizza I had, but good times were had. Hiking out about a mile now, not going too much further. We have some rain rolling in the next hour or two, so I think we're gonna go about a mile to Bull Gap, if I'm not mistaken. Gonna go ahead and get set up for the night, hunker in, or hunker down rather, settle in and hunker down before this rain gets in, and try to plan out a good day tomorrow. I think we are due for about 24 hours worth of rain. So tomorrow will be our first wet day. But today was a good enough of a day to hold me over through a few bad ones. Thanks, Dad and Reveille. Had the pleasure of running into Habitat at mountain crossings. So that was pretty cool. I made it to Bull Gap. Just stocked up on some water. Water is a good 1/10 to 1/4 of a mile from the campsite, so got a little bit of a walk back, but got set up. No rain yet. Who knows if this rain will come in or not, even if it holds off until later. I think we're all still really glad that we had a little bit of a short day today. Awesome day though. Blood Mountain was sweet. Neal Gap and mountain crossings was sweet. Campsite's cool. Got some cool people. Someone a little bit across the way made up a fire. So I think I'm probably going to go and join him. Not sure about dinner yet. It's probably 4:30, 4:45 right now. Killed an entire pizza earlier. Or at least 3/4 of one. So I'll probably munch on something in a little bit, but just going to take it easy for the night. Might catch up with some people who have signal at camp, so I might make a couple phone calls, text out to a few people. Gonna maybe see if I can put a vlog together to potentially get up in the next day or two whenever we get into town, or either that or take the next 0, but that's still to be determined. It's been nice to have 2 10-ish mile days, or sub 10, to recover up a little bit. Tomorrow we'll see what type of miles we can push in the rain. Hoping for at least a 10 or a 12.
It's probably going to be worse when we get down in New Hampshire.
Neat little water source here. Little spring that kind of turns into a little creeky branch area of some sort. I'm not sure what classifies a creek versus a branch versus a stream, but the water comes out of the ground and goes somewhere. I'm grabbing a little bit more water right now. I just wanted to make sure that I was set up so that I didn't have to run down and get any water in the morning. Weather's kind of shifted around. We should have been getting rained on for the last probably 3 or 4 hours here, so this day of getting off trail early was maybe a little premature, but honestly it's been awesome. Had a great fire. Met an awesome dude from Canada. Been in special forces, so he built a sick fire, and just gotta hang out and get to know some cool people. Rain will, now the forecast has it coming in early in the morning, so by having this water I don't have to get any water in the morning. I can pack up all my stuff from inside of my shelter, hop out, break my shelter down, put it in the outside mesh pocket of my pack, and roll on for the day. We'll shelter hop tomorrow, going about 5 miles to a shelter where we'll have lunch, maybe dry up a bit, and then going another 5 to where we'll probably stop for the day. So probably looking at a couple 10-mile days that'll transition into at least a night in either Helen or maybe Hiawassee. So we shall see. Good morning, everybody. As you can probably tell, it's a wet morning. Woke up to everything wet. Trail's wet. Shoes are wet. Everything's wet. Been on trail. I think I'll probably knock out a mile and a half by now. I'm already pretty wet. Upper body's feeling good. I didn't put rain pants on this morning. I just have my shorts on. Usually with rain pants, I am... Alright, let me show you guys what I'm about to walk through. Let's see if I can straddle this thing. Perks of having long legs. Didn't put rain pants on because usually I get really hot and just sweat out from the inside. Well, I've also haven't hiked in rain quite as heavy as what I've gotten this morning so far. So that means that all the water is running off the bottom of my pack, and now my ass and my underwear are completely soaked. Quite frankly, a little cold, but it feels nice. Haven't had an ice bath since I've been out here, so now I have a little bit of a cold compression going on in my glutes and hamstrings. I'm enjoying playing in the rain. still trekking on. Made a stop a little bit earlier. Met up with the group over at Whitley Gap Shelter. It's off trail a good ways. Not the ideal meetup spot by any means. It's like 1.2 off trail, so essentially that meetup spot was almost a 2.5 mile detour, but honestly I think it was necessary for all of us. I ran out of camp without my rain pants on. I also had left my rain mitts inside my pack, and it was coming down too heavily, the rain was, for me to stop along the way and get any of that stuff out. So it was nice to stop for a second. Took off my wet shorts, took off my wet underwear, dried down, threw on some dry underwear and my rain pants, and took off my wet socks, dried off my feet, threw on camp socks for a little bit. I mean, we sat there, we were waiting for a couple people to catch up. So for about an hour, we just took a nice little break. Got about 1,000 calories in because I knew I was going to be back in the rain walking for a little bit without much time to stop until we get to what we're hoping to be the last stop for the day. Morning, everyone. Hopped on trail around first light this morning. Wanted to get a good start on the day. More storms coming in later. If you guys can hang tight just one second, give you at least a little bit of a glimpse of what I'm walking into this morning. Yeah, looks like it's a beautiful morning right now. Got to camp like 2:30 yesterday afternoon. Got set up in the rain. Just got dried off. Second pair of underwear got wet. Pretty much everything was wet. So this morning I'm clearly still taking in the sunrise. Headed on into Hiawassee for today. Got up, threw on my wet underwear, wet shorts, wet shirt, wet rain jacket, wet hat. Had dry socks, but my shoes are wet. Oh, I'm living the dream. This is awesome. If anyone is interested in rain gear, what I have on me, I just have a Light Heart Gear rain jacket. Tip, if you guys are gonna get this, I didn't get the longer sleeves on mine, whereas I probably should have. Having a longer arm, if I reach my arms out, the sleeves, they do come up a little way, so you do have an option to get a longer sleeve on this jacket. If that's what you guys are interested in. Pants, I have my Light Heart Gear rain pants. I have the Gore-Tex minimalist rain mitts from REI. I throw those on like yesterday when it was pouring down rain in the 40s. It's a little bit of a cold rain. My fingers get a little chilly. And then I also have back here, I have my Gossamer Gear Light Flex hiking umbrella. It just started raining just a second ago, so for right now, I mean, this rain jacket's fine. It's actually probably let up now, but whenever a big shower comes in, something where I just don't want to get soaked to the bone, I'll just literally reach back behind me, grab the umbrella in stride, and whip it out. And then if it lights up, I can stop, put my umbrella back in my pack. But it's nice to have options. Well, rainy and windy. I don't know, let's see if you guys can catch some of this mist over here on the mountains. Still a beautiful day on trail. So I'm running along this ridge right now. Haven't got my phone out to check a gut hook or anything to see how much further we have down to Unico Gap, but keep on going for now. Just made it up past shelter. It's about 8 miles from camp where we were this morning. We have 2.4 left. We're gonna push on down to try to get off the mountain. It just started thundering a little bit, or kind of a lot of it. So we know there's a storm coming in, and we're gonna go ahead and get on down, see if we can catch a shuttle, Uber, some sort of ride into town and get dried up, clean off, wash our clothes, get some food, whatever else we need to do. So, just got to Lake Chittoog Lodge, I believe. Holiday Inn was full, Budget Inn was full here in Hiawassee. A lot of people trying to get in out of the rain. A lot of people that came into town yesterday are staying in town again tonight because of the rain. So fortunately found a good spot here. I'm looking forward to getting cleaned up in a little bit. I'm just still in all my rain gear. Nice people, looks like an awesome place to stay. Saw they had a washer and dryer in the stairwell, so I'm definitely looking forward to getting my clothes washed here in just a little bit. And I'm gonna see about getting some real food. I'm probably gonna make that top priority after lying down in a nice soft clean bed. Sitting out here on the balcony now of the Lake Chittoog Lodge, and looks like it's just gonna be a beautiful day to take a zero, to get some rest. Got some good food last night, got a full solid like 9 hours of sleep with very minimal tossing and turning. Some of the comforts of modern life are nice, I suppose. But I think we're gonna hit up Ingles today, do a good resupply with whatever we need. Get some more good food in us. Had some Domino's last night, had some good pizza, wings, salad. Hung out with some people in the lobby. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to a peaceful, restful day. What's up, guys? Pushed up outside of Ingles right now. Just did some little bit of resupply. Everything pretty normal in there for the most part. I mean, you could tell that a lot of the non-perishables and or hiker food had kind of been picked over. Some of the tuna was picked over, a lot of like the pasta sides and things like that, but I still got some potatoes, plenty of tuna that I needed. Relying a little bit more so on jerky this time around, a little more trail mix, got more protein bars than before. Mixing things up a little bit, not too much. Did get a pair of toenail clippers, and then I also picked up a bunch of food that I'm gonna eat today. I probably picked up like 3,000 or 4,000 calories worth of food that I'm just gonna try to get down here today while I'm in Hiawassee. I picked up some sesame chicken and lo mein, picked up a bunch of like sub sandwich type things, picked up a salad to have later that has chicken and some boiled egg. What else did I get to eat for today? Oh, I picked up a bag of chips that I'm gonna kill before the day's over. So just kind of trying to nourish myself while I'm here in town and then getting ready to get out onto the trail. Looking forward to getting back to the room here in just a little bit, and just gonna continue to rest and recover and do what I can before hitting the trail tomorrow. One of the members of our family is getting off trail, so it's just gonna be down to 2, and we'll see who else we hit the trail with. Running into a few people here at the lodge that we're staying at. We have a few people that we hiked with earlier that are staying in Helen right now, so we'll be getting on the trail behind them. So I'm sure we'll have plenty of people to be meeting up with here before too long. That awesome moment when you're laying out your resupply, and they actually gave you 11 packs of fruit snacks. Man, oh man. Let's see if we can get on down to a little beach down there. Well, it's a beautiful day in Hiawassee.